Everyone has the right to free speech in America, but that speech does not include defamation. In my open letter to NPC IFBB Pro League President Mr. Jim Manion, which you can access below this video on YouTube or Facebook, I asked the President to explore both legal and intra-federation sanctions against Mr. MARC LOBLINER of the TigerFitness. Mr. Lobliner released a video titled The Dirty Political Reality of the NPC, in which he cast all sorts of aspersions on NPC judges, officials, promoters, and as well as Mr. Jim Manion. Although he's quick to say that he's not attacking Mr. Manion directly, he implies throughout the video that Mr. Manion is incompetent and doesn't know what's going on under his very nose. Mr. Lobliner also states other goals, such as those of you competing naturally in the NPC should leave the NPC and compete in the OCB or the ANBF, rival federations. He also says that those that do not compete naturally in the NPC should also leave for NABBA, where they should qualify and get pro cards. NABBA is a direct rival to the NPC and the IFBB. Mr. Lobliner also attacks NPC promoter John Lindsay on a number of occasions, as well as an unnamed promoter in Georgia. He also attacks the credibility and the ability of judges in the NPC to judge both accurately and fairly. Mr. Lobliner, all of his statements are unsubstantiated. He has not a scintilla of proof. Yet, he has over 250,000 subscribers that have given his channel over 50 million views. After only 15 hours of his video against the NPC, it has earned over 7,500 views. Most of the people watching this video will never be privy to a rebuttal from the NPC. They will never know the truth. Mr. Jim Manion and the NPC are well within their rights to take legal action against Mr. Lobliner and the TigerFitness for defamation of character as an organization. What Mr. Lobliner is doing with this video is he is committing libelous acts. He is defaming the reputation of the NPC. By defaming that reputation, the NPC has the right to compensatory and punitive damages. All the people that watch Mr. Lobliner's video will have a much lower perception of the NPC. This will affect, of course, the promoters through contest fees. Mr. Lobliner has stated that he wants competitors to leave the NPC en masse and to go to the OCB, NABBA, and the ANBF. If promoters lose contest fees, so will the NPC. The NPC will also suffer in contest attendance because of Mr. Lobliner's videos. Furthermore, the NPC could also lose in the long range through licensing agreements. Now, Mr. Lobliner makes most of his money at NPC events such as the Arnold Classic, which is actually an IFBB sanctioned event. So, Mr. Manion, in my opinion, I would urge him, I would implore him to consider legal action against Mr. Lobliner, who actually owned a very large supplement company and has quite deep pockets. Making a lawsuit, I think, beneficial for the NPC IFBB. It would more than cover the legal expenses, as well as hopefully the court would issue a gigantic amount of punitive damages so that other channels like Mr. Louis Marco and other folks that have taken to attacking the NPC because they're banking on the fact that the NPC won't drag them into court and won't retaliate. Punitive damages, I think, which is actually the point of punitive damages, would actually send a very strong message to people like Mr. Lobliner who are casting aspersions and making scurrilous accusations against the NPC without a scintilla of proof. Furthermore, a totally more cost-effective measure against Mr. Lobliner and people in his situation would be not even to file legal action, but to basically ban him from all IFBB sanctioned events, not only in America but throughout the world, so that the TigerFitness could not have a booth at the Arnold Classic, nor at the Olympia, or the Europa, or any event that is receiving a sanction of either the NPC or the IFBB, if and until Mr. Lobliner issues a public apology on his YouTube channel and ceases and desists from future attacks against the NPC and the IFBB. If he does not do that, then he can't make money off of the backs of the NPC and IFBB athletes that he is offending by casting aspersions on the federations they compete in. I'm Christian Duke from StrengthAddicts.com. I hope you enjoyed this video. And Mark, if you're watching this, I have nothing against you. But when you take a shot at the NPC, you're going to get one from me.